Yeah, now it's on.
Now it's off. Now it's off.
Okay, now let's actually get into the video. Okay, hello, you're here with me at Daytona Milton for the junior 20-minute full circuit practice, and right now we're in the pits waiting for the race to start. Well, not really race, but practice. And this is my first time in dry conditions here, because last time I've been, well, I didn't get any footage then, but last time I've been it was quite oily and it was quite wet, the track, and it was just slipping and sliding everywhere. But you know, these are good conditions, so I should be able to get a few benchmark laps in and see how I do. Hopefully it won't spin out and won't crash anywhere, but yeah. Okay, so at the front of the line here, I think we're just about to start, and yep, there goes the first few carts, and I'm following behind them. Now, as you can see, I am going a little bit slower than the rest of them. One of the reasons why is because, well, first there's a yellow flag right in front of me. Secondly, because I'm trying to warm up my tyres quite a bit, and I haven't been here for quite a while. So I'm just trying to feel what the kind of grip is around here. So yeah, they are pulling away quite a bit, but you know, that's also a good thing if you think about it, because then I have more space to actually get a few decent laps in once the yellow flag is out, and shortly it should be, I think. Okay, now we're going around to turn 7. I think turn 7. Yeah, pretty good. Over here, I noticed that today was quite bumpy right about here, because there was just like a few cracks in the ground, and when you went at full speed it was quite bumpy. The camera doesn't actually capture that quite well, but you know, you could feel it quite a lot in the car, especially since like you were just going down that so fast, you're almost like flying out the car when you hit that bump. So right now going to turn 10, I do slide a tiny bit, not really, but anyway. So as you can see, the light in front of me is out, but I didn't notice that when I was racing. So the guy behind me was trying to pass me. I didn't even notice that the guys in front of me really passed me, and also there I was just waving to my mum. Anyway, so now as you'll see in a little bit, the guy right behind me is about to attempt to move on me, and then that's when I actually realised that it is a green light. So now I start trying to push a little bit. You see he's behind me, but you know, I'm not anywhere close to him, because I just didn't know that there was a green light, because at Daytona they don't really put a green light, they just turn off the yellow light. So, okay, he's pulling back. Yeah, that's not even me. Yeah, I just can't get an excuse for that. He's just faster than me. So yeah, going down this slightly bumpy path again, you know, everything's okay. I'm not going too fast right now again, because my tyres aren't too warm. I almost make contact with the tyres over there, around track limits. Then over here, I like tuck myself into the cart, because if you may not know, like, there's just sort of a myth, well, I can't really call it a myth, that if you tuck yourself into the cart, then you'll go faster, because then you get less drag and stuff. I don't know if that actually works, but oh well. Then going to try to attempt to move on the person in front of me soon, because I can see that he's quite a bit slower than me, even though I haven't been here in a while. So I'll try to get past him, but I might not for a little bit. I do get past this guy over here, which almost looks like he's about to close into me, and the guy around. I go through the inside, because they're just quite slow. I don't really know why. I think they were in their cadet carts. Then I also get past this guy, because I make him get stuck behind a slower cart. Then I get around the slower cart, because I brake a lot later than he does, because he's a bit early on the brakes, which is absolutely detrimental to his race. Then I tried to get around this guy, but he blocks it off. I don't know if that was intentional, but it worked. So then here, I'll try to brake a little bit later than him to try to get around, and I do manage. I'm right alongside him. I tuck in. I'm a tiny bit faster than him, and that's just enough to get in front of him and secure turn 10, I think. Oh no. Does this count as turn 9? Anyway, into turn 10. I like slide the cart a little bit, and you can hear my tyres squealing, but it's not that bad, you know. Then this guy's also a back mark, but like he's just not going very fast. He sees me, he lets me through. So yeah, now I can actually get a few decent laps in. Well, not really a few, because this track's quite long and it's only a 20-minute practice, but you know, I'll just let this play out until something more interesting happens. Okay, now we're finally catching up to some in front of me, just around this corner. Yeah, and you can see the people in front of me into turn 8, I think. And then there's this guy with the blue neck bracing, and I make slight contact with him, and then apologise after that. Well, it's not really slight. Really shouldn't have done that, but I was trying to get past him as quick as possible. So yeah. And then I go past this back straight. I tuck in a little bit late, but it's okay, it's fine. Probably doesn't affect my lap times too much. Then I can see a person in front of me, not too far in front of me. I probably will overtake him in a little bit, but he's not too far behind me either. Okay. So I'm going to try to get past him on the inside here, but no, he closed it off. But then I go around him. Don't know if that defense was intentional or not. Then I get a clean pass through. Yeah. That apex I didn't really hit very well. And this turn, right after here, I think it's like turn 4 or 5. Yeah, I just do this terribly the entire time. And also there's a little camera glitch over there. Don't know what that was about. But yeah. Here I try going flat out around that corner. But it doesn't really work out too much because I always get a bit too far outside to what I'm comfortable with. Now we're coming out onto the main straight. I could have used a bit more inside curb there, but I wasn't really thinking about it too much. I was more so thinking about braking early enough to make sure that I wouldn't just send it into the tyre barriers right next to me. Okay, now turn 10. I do slide a little bit here. Nothing too detrimental, but on this track specifically, especially in dry conditions, if you slide just a little bit, or if your car tyres squeak just a little bit, then you can slow down by a lot, and your lap times will just be affected to the point of no return. Like, yeah, it just matters quite a bit. Like, you can get like even seconds off if you don't slide at all on this track. Okay, now I'm coming up to somebody else, and he does look quite slow. And I'm going to try to go around him over here. Not sure how that worked. Okay. Oh, and now you see somebody that's turned around there. Those yellow flags just before that, I forgot to mention. That's why I didn't try to overtake. But now, since there's no yellow flags directly in front of me, I'm looking for an opportunity to overtake. And back here onto the main straight, I go just next to him, just enough to try to overtake. But for some reason, even though he's in a smaller car, he's faster? How is he faster? Okay, I do lay off the throttle a little bit there. I don't even know why. I don't know what was going through my head then, but I just gave him a massive gap in front of me. But anyway, I do slide a little bit, and I did have to brake a tad bit more to try to like make sure, to ensure that I didn't go into him. But now, as you can see, he went way too far inside and he exited way too far outside, so I can probably go around him soon. And right here into turn 2, he still goes a bit more outside, causing me to brake quite hard. But then now he goes in way too far in the inside for no reason. I don't really know why he's doing that, to be fair. Maybe it's his first time karting. So he goes on the inside a lot in this turn as well. Not really sure what's going on, but somehow he's still pulling ahead of me in the straights, probably because he's a bit smaller. Now he goes even further on the outside, which causes me almost to clip the barriers. Then he has quite a bit of oversteer and he has to correct, so I can just go around him. Okay, now we're going down, and there's this kart in front of me that I can hopefully overtake soon. I'm leaving quite a lot of speed into turn 9. Now I'm going up the main straight, and I am gaining on him just a tad bit, even though I'm not leaning down and activating human DRS. I don't really know what I was waving at there, but I was anyway. Then I am a bit slow into turn 10, but I still catch up to him massively because it looks like he's really early on the brakes. Okay, so number 73 still goes inside. I'm not sure where it was with a bunch of the cadets going inside. Okay, now it goes to the inside of him, no problems there. And then watch the guy in front of me, watch what he does. Do you see that? He spins a full 360 around, and I'm about to crash into him, but I just barely make it out. Like, barely. You probably, that's what you saw in the intro as well. But, like, if you replay that, I've had to turn, like, fully there. Like, fully. I'm about to replay it right now. So look, over here, I've had to turn fully. And then for like a second, or half a second, it felt like longer in the actual track. Absolutely didn't turn. And now there's a yellow across the whole track. Maybe that was because of him or not, I'm not sure. Why there's a yellow flag now? Oh no, actually, if you look to the left, there was a marshal getting a car unstuck, because I think the car was just stuck around that corner. But that's fine. Now there's no yellow lights right in front of me, so now I'm gaining on him, and he's going quite slow because he just crashed, so I can just go all the way around him. I get quite a bad entry into the main straight, but that's okay. I'm not really going for position here. Well, you can't really go for position in a practice session, but you know, I'm trying to get a good lap time. Into turn 10, I do slide a little bit. You can hear it. My tyres squeaking on the asphalt, and you can see my steering wheel going a little bit other way because I had to counter steer. Now we've got 4 minutes left, so probably about 4 laps. Yeah, and there's not really much to talk about for a lot of this race. It wasn't too uneventful except for me dodging that guy that span a full 360 around turn 2. But yeah, this turn I've took absolutely atrociously this entire time. You're going to hear it in a little bit when I finally realise how I'm actually supposed to take this turn. Here, I go a little bit too far outside. I almost touched like that bumpy bit of concrete right on the outside. I'll go in here to the even bumpier bit of concrete. Like, you really can't see on the camera, but if you look, you can see the kart's chassis flexing a little bit, like if you look really closely. Then I'm trying to look behind me, see if there's anybody, but there is nobody, because everybody who's actually keeping up decent pace is like on the entire other side of the track to me. I'm going to turn 10, you know, as usual, I do slide just a tiny bit, just enough to bring me to almost a complete stop, so I'm really not taking that turn optimal here. Then 3 minutes left, quite a bit of time. There's a marshal standing on the side of turn 1, not really sure what he's doing there, but you know, you can do here. Yeah, there's really nobody in front of me. Here, I go a lot closer to the apex there, all the way into the curb, because I suspect that that's one of the places that's eating away a lot of the time for me. There's just like a small yellow flag there. I don't know if you could see that, but it looked like a yellow flag to me. I don't really know what happened. I don't think it was a yellow flag, but oh well. Now you can see there's a person in front of me. I'm not particularly blaming on him. You know, he still is, like, far ahead of me. But along the main straight, I should be a tiny bit faster than him, seeing that I am in the bigger car. So, yeah. I'll lean down. You can hear the wind on the camera, like, quite substantially over there. It's actually crazy how fast you're going on that back straight. You know the carts are meant to be 65 miles per hour, but you can actually check, because there's I think there might be like a GPS in the car or something, because on your lap time, then they can actually send you like what your top speed is, and those carts and mine was about 50. Anyway, I'm getting close to number 81 here, so I'm trying to look for an overtake, as he is quite a bit slower than me. But I can't seem to find it around this corner. A lot of the people here look like they've been karting for the first time, because they're going quite a bit on the inside and exiting towards the outside. Anyway, I get around number 81. Now I'm trying to get around the person right in front of me, 75, and he just brakes or coasts really hard. I don't exactly know what he's doing, and right now as I cut in front of him, I'm just hoping that he doesn't cut into me and just like run me off the track, but luckily he doesn't, and I get a clean pass on him. Not really sure why he was going so slow around that corner. Anyway, the video over here cuts out just a little bit. I might not be able to show you the full video. Anyway, so I'm going along the back straight over here, and then right as I'm going towards the back straight, I am gaining towards this quite a lot, and then I make it past him around turn 10 quite cleanly. Now the audio might be a little bit out of sync, because, you know, I had to switch video files because for some reason it cut out. But in the actual video, also here's the checkered flag, so this is the last lap of the race, and out comes the yellow flag, so you won't see any more overtaking. I don't really know why the video cut out, but it just made another video file like 27 minutes into the video for no reason. Don't really know what happened there, but oh well. So now I am going quite a bit slower. You know, there's no reason to really speed around the yellow flags, because, yeah. And then, as you can hear in the background quite a little bit, or if you listen closely, then I'm talking about how slow I was going around things like turn 5, because I was just not getting close to the apex at all, and I was going almost all the way around. If anyone has been to Daytona Mk before and actually set a decent time instead of 80 seconds, yeah, because my final time was like 80 seconds, so 1 minute 20, and it was like, I think 2-3 seconds off the pace of this lap, or not lap, but race, which isn't very good, because I do go karting quite often, but it is only my first time in dry conditions here, so don't judge my driving too much. Then I'm stuck behind this extremely slow driver, and I can see like a group of people coming towards me, but well, there's not much I can do because I can't overtake on yellows, and this guy's almost stopping in front of me. You could go a little bit faster, but oh well. Around turn 10, and then now you'll see the marshals holding up a sign that says go to pits, and that's what we promptly do. And the marshal's telling us to slow down a little bit, and yeah, that's the end of the race. As we head into the pits,